Hello and welcome to Under Common Taste. This is a podcast where we create and discuss homebrew content for tabletop RPGs.
Oh, look, a treasure goblin.
I'm Ian Woodworth. I'm joined by my co-host James Daly, and today we're both kind of brain dead, so I'm going to talk about my trip to GenCon.
Woohoo! I am honestly extremely jealous I couldn't go. Life happened and I had events that popped up and funding and a bunch of other things. I was busy for the time, but really wanted to go. So I'm super jealous.
Yeah, honestly, if it hadn't been for the fact that my wife has family that lives in Indianapolis that we could stay with, we probably could not have afforded to go, because getting a hotel room in Indianapolis during GenCon for the duration of GenCon is like $1,200.
That's insane. I don't even want to know what like the hotel rooms for like something like Dragon Con or the comic book convention, San Diego Comic Con goes for.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that the GenCon hotels are similar to the Dragon Con hotels in that you reserve your room for the following year's convention, either when you check in or when you check out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you reserve your room a year in advance.
If there's a 4-year wait list, you might need to donate a kidney. If you know any Fae, that's a good time for a Fae pact.
Yeah. Yeah, like, see here, there are 3 of the hotels adjacent to the convention center that the con has spilled into, and actually they set up venues like game rooms and stuff in the ballrooms of these adjacent hotels.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I want to see it. It makes my social anxiety spike thinking about it, but oh god, I want to see it.
Honestly, for the majority of my time at Gen Con, it didn't feel like it was the record-setting 72,000 people there.
Now, see, I think that is just the epitome of good convention design. Like, I'm sure if you want to be in a throng of people, there are places to do it, but I don't think you need that oppressive feeling all of the time. And like, I used to go to a lot of rock concerts when I was young, and I enjoyed them. And I played in the mosh pit because I had found out early on that honestly, the mosh pit's where I had the most personal space. And just like a convention like that, if it was that crowded all the time, I couldn't do it. Because I mean, I was socially tapped by the end of like a 2 or 3 hour concert.
Yeah, so we ended up, my wife had bought tickets to the Critical Role live show up at the Fishes Event Center, which is on the north side of Indianapolis, on Saturday night. And that crowd, it was practically sold out.
Oh, wow.
There were I could see 2 rows of seats in one section that were empty.
Now, were they doing a one-off or were they continuing the campaign?
They are doing a tour right now. I'm pretty sure it's a combination Daggerheart and Campaign 4 hype tour.
Okay. So they're getting ready to start Campaign 4?
Yes, they announced the release date of the first episode, which is October 2nd. And they announced that Matt Mercer is going to be a player.
Oh.
And that Brennan Lee Mulligan is the DM.
Interesting. I'm going to have to try to catch this one. I tried to catch season 3 or campaign 3. I caught the first couple episodes and I just couldn't track it. Just too much life was going on at that point.
And campaign 3, it was one of those where apparently it really picked up like 2 episodes after I stopped watching.
As it happens, yeah.
As it happens. Like, I think I struggled through like 21 episodes. It was hard to pick up on campaign 3. It did not do it for me. It was not gelling at the beginning.
Yeah. No, I totally get that.
But the Daggerheart game, they're playing their campaign 3 characters.
Okay.
And they had, I think one of the most exciting things about that was getting to see Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins, who now work for Darrington Press because they left Wizards of the Coast. Getting to see them come out, and they actually helped Matt run the enemies in the big combat that they had during that episode. During that one shot.
I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I just love Chris Perkins in general.
Fair.
Chris Perkins would be my dream DM. I would want to sit down and play in a Chris Perkins game.
Okay.
Abria Iyengar is a very close second.
I'm not familiar with them.
Abria Iyengar, she did one of the Exandria Unlimited mini campaigns.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't the Calamity one. It was the one that was basically the bridge between campaign 2 and 3.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she's done stuff with Dimension 20 as well. She's run some of the games. She's been a player in some of the games. She is the DM right now for the con game where they're taking the Baldur's Gate 3 voice actors and playing.
Okay. That needs to, that's a definite watch. The voice act, Baldur's Gate 3 was well done on every possible facet. I mean, that was an extremely well done game.
Yeah, and I can't remember the names of any of the voice actors, but it's Asterion, Karlak, Glenn, and the Githzerai one.
Lazarel, something like that.
Yeah, Lae'zel. Yeah, Lae'zel. Yeah, those are the 4 voice actors they're playing their characters, and Abria is running that game.
Okay, so Asterion's amazing. I love Asterion. You said his name, and I blanked on it again. Glenn, yeah. So I'm making sure this is the right one. I think Glenn is the wizard, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so somehow I accidentally skipped him, and he has not been in my party on my entire playthrough. In my Baldur's Gate playthrough, I'm actually playing as a half-orc wizard. And so I think I saw another wizard. I'm like, nah, I don't want to over my party. I need, some meat shields up front. So I left Glenn wherever the hell Glenn is standing in Act 1. Yeah. So I need a second playthrough just to see Glenn's interactions with stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, we're getting
way off rabbit trails. Yeah.
Yeah.
GenCon,
yeah. So I got to play in a few games. Unfortunately, by the time I thought to go and sign up for games, most of them were sold out. So I went specifically looking for game sessions for games that were not D&D 5e.
Okay, fair. I mean, you want to try some new stuff? I get it.
Yeah, I wanted to try games that I had not had a chance to play before. So on Thursday, I played a game of Pirate Borg.
Ooh.
So Pirate Borg is the Morkborg derived OSR game. The pitch for it is that you're playing in a Caribbean where when the Europeans showed up in the late 15th and 16th centuries, the Spanish and the Portuguese and the Dutch and the British and all of them, whenever they showed up in the Caribbean, there were no indigenous people when they showed up. And so they showed up and they started making their settlements and all of that. And after about 20 to 30 years of them settling in the Caribbean, all of this undead stuff started popping up.
Ooh.
And so that's the vibe that you get going on. So there is magic, there is, undead, there's sea monsters, there's all of that sort of stuff. That game was a whole lot of fun. So Limithron, the publishing company that publishes Pirate Borg, they had an entire room in one of the hotels adjacent to the convention center there had to be at least 16, 20 tables in there.
Oh, wow.
Everybody playing Pirate Borg.
Oh, see, I love a good pirate game, and I love zombies. I love the undead.
Yeah.
And so, that sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, he handed out these laminated character sheets with dry erase markers, and we rolled our characters at the table, and we played this one-shot, this learning one-shot, and we did all of it in 1 hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was so quick and easy to pick up on.
Nice.
Because it is a D20 system, but everything, unless there is some sort of specific complication to make it more difficult, everything is target 12. You roll the D20 and you're trying to get a 12. If you get a 12 or better, you succeed. If you roll under a 12, you fail.
You got 40% chance of success. I like it.
And it shifts a little bit because you do end up having modifiers go from +3 to -3.
Okay.
And it was a simple 3d6 down the line, 5 stats. We rolled for basically your class. You roll for your hit points. You roll for your inventory. I had 2 hit points.
You beast.
I know, right? And I was able to hook and suplex a skeleton with a boarding pike. So,
nice.
I mean, I had to go and buy the game after that.
Yeah, I was going to say, this definitely sounds like something I want to add to a collection. This sounds really great.
And so these skeletons, so this may or may not be spoilers, I don't know. Because they were selling a bundle at GenCon, which was the rule book, an introductory adventure, and a box of reference cards. And I haven't read through the adventure yet, but I was catching up on my backlog of the Between Two Cairns podcast on my drive home from Indianapolis. And this introductory adventure, Buried in the Bahamas, was one of the modules that they reviewed. And it sounded like the opening of the module as they were describing it sounded like what we were doing in our one shot.
Gotcha.
But so apparently whenever we killed one of these skeletons, it broke open this rainbow, like Technicolor dust would come out of it.
Ooh.
Which was like, so it's basically magical essence. They call it ash. And you can use it as a currency, but if you huff it,
it's shimmer spores. We have shimmer spore skellies.
If you snort some of this magical skeleton dust, you roll on a d20 table to see what sort of effect you end up having.
I love it.
So like the first guy that did it, it basically ended up as a haste spell.
Oh, nice.
So he was able to take an extra action every turn. And then the next guy who did it, all of the color drained from his life and he just sat down and and then at the very end of everything, I went and did it and I was able to like see magic.
Ooh.
Like I could see magical auras and I could see the outlines of living people. Like I had to detect life going on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun. That was a fun game.
But no, I totally want to have some Skellyman dust.
Yeah. So I think because we're going to be doing the International Game Month at the library again, International Game Month events.
Oh, excellent.
And I think I'm going to run at least one game of Pirate Borg.
I'm going to have to make sure I have some time to sit down for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my Thursday. I went in, I did a little bit of shopping afterwards, basically just to go and get Pirate Borg. Let's see here. Came back on Friday. Friday was my Old Gods of Appalachia game.
Ooh, they were there too?
Yeah. Well, it's Monte Cook Games.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
So yeah. And they had a whole room in the conference center where they were just running Old Gods and I think Numenera.
Okay.
I think those were the two games that they were running in that room. And frankly, that was the best con group game that I have ever been in. It was amazing. We had there were 6 players. We were all just gelling. It was working really well. We were the first group that GM ever had that used diplomacy to resolve 2 of the potential combat encounters.
Okay.
And then I got to curb stomp a wampus in a graveyard.
Yes! Yes! Bite the tombstone.
And I crit on it.
Oh, awesome. That feels so good.
And it was one of those where it's like, with a natural 20 in Cypher, you can do a major effect on this, a major ongoing effect on this. I'm like, I could, or I can do +4 damage.
Yeah.
And I already had a bonus to my unarmed attacks because of the character build that I had, and I had activated a cipher that gave me an additional +2 on all of my unarmed attacks. So by throwing the extra damage on there, I dealt 12 points of damage in one hit to this wampus.
Nice.
Yeah, and basically we all just gathered around it and finished it off.
Nice. Just ruffle stomped it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. That was such a good game. That was such a great dynamic. The people that were playing. Funnily enough, everybody started mentioning where they were from, and I mentioned that, I'm from the middle of where Old Gods is set.
This is home.
Yeah, this is home for me. And I started talking about that a little bit, and one of the couples that were sitting at the table and playing, they're living in Florida now, but she is originally from Mountain City.
Oh, excellent.
It's one of those small world moments,
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, and that's one of the great things about the cons is like, if you can sit down for a game, especially when the table gels like that, and it's like, these are my people, and you realize that you have people, and that's always a great feeling.
Yeah. And then went back on Saturday, I played in a Cypher game, an actual just plain Cypher, which is the same system that Old Gods uses, but it's the original game from that system, and it's more of a kind of a sci-fi cyberpunk kind of deal.
Gotcha.
And I inadvertently played the face in that group. Because it was an interesting dynamic, because two of the GM's friends were supposed to be at our table and playing, but they'd gotten sick the day before, and so they weren't there. So instead of a 6-person table, we had a 4-person table. And apparently nobody picked the characters that were supposed to be the specific skill monkeys for the intended adventure.
It always sucks when your plants in the audience don't show up.
Yeah, but we made it work, and it was great. It was a great group. And he was like, because the character that I had picked out was sort of it had sort of monk vibes. Okay. But like I used magic by inking tattoos on my skin.
Okay. Get some henna magic going. I like it.
Yeah. And so I'm reading this background that he gives me. It's like you had a big accident in your magical experimentation several years ago, and now everybody is wary of you. And so I was playing that up a little bit. And so I also had just an insane amount of money. I had like 20,000 credits to start off with. And I had the tag generous and what's the word I'm looking for? It starts with an A.
Ambivalent?
No.
Altruistic?
Altruistic, thank you.
Okay, there we go.
Yes. So those were tags that I had, like personality tags. And so I played into that a little bit. So I was playing this, I was wearing a full like velour tracksuit.
Okay.
The whole time, and like I'm covering up my tattoos, and he's like, this is the first time I've had somebody play that character where they cover their tattoos and they're the face.
Nice.
Because I was the only one that had a bonus to positive social interactions.
Okay.
And so, I was expecting somebody else to pick one of the characters that was, designed to be the face, but nobody did.
Gotcha. See, I would have played this like a Maori or a Samoan. Again, I grew up with some Samoans, and really they were some of the nicest people I ever met, and they were huge. But I would have come in with like all the facial tattoos and be like, okay, no, we're cool, just chill. Yeah. But that sounds like a great time.
Like I ended up making a deal with fairies.
As one does.
And then it almost backfired because one of the other party members set off a trap that trapped basically all of the fairies except for the leader.
Oops.
Which turned him hostile. And then he almost killed him by punching him.
Oh jeez.
And then I had to stop him from killing him because if the fairy died, then I would be in default on the bargain, on the contract that I was under. So that was an interesting party dynamic that we had going on there. Yeah.
That sounds fun.
And that was another one where, I decided I've got the one character here that has face skills. So I'm going to start off by trying to diplomat my way through things. And it actually worked out pretty well.
Nice.
In the end. But yeah, that was a fun game. Not quite as good as the Old Gods game, but it was still a really good game.
It sounds like it was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I had a blast. Nora had fun shopping.
Yeah, it's always fun to spend someone else's money.
Right? Yeah. Let me be completely fair. It was also fun to spend my own money.
Fair. I get that too.
Yeah. So I did end up picking up several games while I was there. I already talked about Pirate Borg. One of the other games that I picked up from Hit Point Press, a copy of If I Were a Lich Man.
Ooh. La-di-dee-dee-dee-dee, la-di-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-da.
So it is it is a set of 3 games.
Okay.
The first one is If I Were a Lich Man, where there are 4 characters. They are brothers and they are liches. They are Jewish lich brothers.
Can you imagine the sibling rivalry that would develop over centuries?
And they're trying to... The whole thing is based around a debate around phylacteries and the paladins that are trying to hunt them down.
Okay.
I haven't read too far into it, but those are the high points that I gleaned from my initial skim through.
I really see like 4 cantankerous old men just sitting there jibing at each other the entire time.
Oh, yes.
Because their method is the best method, and the other ones are just schmutz, and they don't know any better.
And I love the fact that it includes 4 dreidels
to
play with.
Nice.
To play the game with. And then the second game in it is Same Bat Time, Same Bat Mitzvah. Which I kind of like the name of that one a little better.
Yeah.
And that one involves, I think it's a vampire trying to attend a bat mitzvah.
Interesting.
Again, I haven't read through it real closely. And then the third game is, I think it's Grandma's Drinking Song or something like that. Let me look real quick.
Grandma's a bit of a tippler. It happens.
So it is a game about, I think it's Prohibition era, and it is Jewish bootleggers.
Nice. Okay. I can definitely see that.
Yeah, Grandma's Drinking Song.
Oh, I just immediately think of Friar Tuck and Robin Hood Men Tights. We can't drink this. This is sacred wine. I know. I'll bless this, and I'll bless that, and I'll bless everything till we all get schlitzed.
Verschnicked.
Verschnicked, that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So the synopsis for this one is, so this one is going to be a little more difficult because it requires knowledge of Jewish songs.
Ooh.
Which I happen to know the melodies of these songs because we have Jewish friends who have invited us over for Passover, and these are songs that are sung during the Passover dinner.
Okay.
So the synopsis of this is, Grandma's Drinking Song is a role-playing, verse-writing, song-singing game for 4 players about a matriarchal family of bootleggers during Prohibition. The place is New York City, the time is 1930. Alcohol is currently illegal in the United States, but many immigrants sell it to feed their families during the Great Depression. Your characters are struggling Jewish immigrants from Eastern Europe who laugh, sing, flirt, and break the law. Strong feelings overflow as you argue, drink, and sing the song that you create together. And then there's also several cards that have like scene prompts on them. That
who needs to play this game?
Who needs to play this game?
We need to get Aaron at the table to play this game with us.
I think Aaron would probably be amazing at this game.
Yes.
I really do. For those of you not in the know, because you don't know us, Aaron is our mutual doctor friend who we had a drinking game at one point because you would have to drink anytime she broke into musical number.
Yeah.
We stopped doing that one.
But she still breaks out into musical number, and I try to encourage it whenever possible because it's so much fun.
Yeah.
And she has a really good voice, too. So
she does, yes. I mean, it's not painful to listen to her sing.
Not at all.
So some of the other stuff that I picked up, one that I saw that I had meant to get for a while now and was happy to finally found it, is a copy of Avery Alder's The Quiet Year.
Okay.
They had a set, like a bundle set there, where it comes with a bunch of dice and a bunch of these little skull tokens. I'm not sure what the skull tokens are for because I haven't actually read the rulebook yet, but so the way that you generate the prompts in A Quiet Year is by using a deck of playing cards. And so this bundle comes with a deck of cards that have the prompts written on them. So you don't have to keep referencing back to the list.
That makes things useful. I like that.
Yes. This is a game that has come up several times. I think there was a brief bit of controversy where the McElroys used The Quiet Year as either a generating tool or as inspiration for one of their campaign settings.
Okay.
And then they promptly did not credit it.
Oh, oops.
Whenever they did it. So there was a little bit of controversy with that one.
Yeah, I could see that.
But this is a very big, very popular game in the indie TTRPG community. You use the deck of cards to communally create a map. It's a map-making game.
Okay.
And the whole premise is that at the end of the game, this outside force, it comes in and destroys your civilization. So this is
bastards.
This is the year leading up to this societal collapse.
Okay.
And so you're building this world knowing that it is doomed.
I'm intrigued. I'm quite very intrigued. I'm going to have to see if I can find some playthroughs of this.
I don't know about playthroughs. I'm sure that there are some. I know that the World Build With Us crew actually had Avery Alder on for an interview years ago.
Oh, okay.
It's an early episode. It's like episode 46 or something.
Oh, wow.
I'll find the actual number and I'll put a link to it in the show notes. Yeah, I think it was like back in 2021 whenever they got Avery on. I can't remember Avery's pronouns, so I'm trying to avoid using pronouns at the moment. But yeah, so that was one of the big ones that I got. And then I went around the corner because that was at Indie Press Revolution's table. And then I went around the corner and I found the Breitbard Games booth. And there were two games that immediately jumped out at me because, well, one of them, it's just very colorful. It's LGBT. It is Longsword, Glock, Bat, and Taser. and
Okay.
it's the LGBTQ plus flag is the cover.
Okay.
It's just very attention grabbing because it's the rainbow flag and all of that. And I don't know what the game is about yet. I haven't had a chance to read it, but I can do the 2-sentence summary inside the front cover. It's 3 days to Pride, and it's down to you, your trusty weapon, and your flaming hot queerness to make it the best Pride ever. Help your friends out, smooch some cuties, and have a kick-ass Pride celebration, inspired by a charming Tumblr post.
Whatever this is, I could see this as a White Wolf module for a bunch of brouhaha.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Or if you were playing Sabbath instead of Camarilla, this would be a La Sombra game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, I think La Sombra might work a little bit better.
Maybe.
We can debate that later.
Either way, this would make a great White Wolf module.
Yeah. And then the other one that I saw there that I saw it and I had to get it was Axolotl with a gun.
Yes! Yes! Is it on the pink stairs?
No, but it is a pink axolotl.
Oh, I love it.
It's a pink axolotl holding an AK-47.
I like it. It's almost as good as an axolotl with a battle axe, but...
So I am going to modulate my voice a little bit for the all caps here. So, you are an adorable axolotl. You live your life in a wee cute lake, hunting, gathering, and doing neat little crafts. There's only one problem. A bunch of robotic horrors have shown up and they are destroying your beautiful lake. Thanks to your keen hunting skills, adorable nature, and your absolutely fuck-off gun, you and your friends are well positioned to defeat them. Maybe even in time for the knitting circle tonight.
Oh my god, I need to sit down at this table. Oh my god. Yes, I have to experience this.
So yeah, it's all D6s, and it's 4 D6 rolls for your axolotl. So rolling a cute axolotl, 3 graceful tail, that's your axolotl trait. Roll choose or add a gun. 5, a mini gun.
Ooh.
And then roll or choose 2 cute axolotl hobbies. The first one is going to be a 6 plant parenting and another 6 entomology. So yeah, you have 2 stats, axolotl and gun. I think this is a lasers and feelings hack. Yeah, I think this is based off of the mechanics from Lasers and Feeling.
Still, I love it.
So yeah, Axolotl with a Gun was honestly the game that got me to go over to the booth and say, okay, I have to get this.
Yeah, I bet the cover art's amazing.
It is. It's adorable.
I love it.
But I ended up also picking up 2 other games from there. One is, it's a little more substantial. It is Last Flight of the Pandora, which appears to be sort of a like dark sci-fi sort of thing, like Aliens.
Oh, I'm in. Done.
Yeah, the tagline on the back is Space Chaos Head Spiders.
And woohoo.
And according to the art on the inside of the front cover, a head spider it's not like the face hugger. It is a spider with a human head.
Interesting.
Like the head is as big as the rest of the spider.
Or like just the legs are coming out of the skull, like by the ears.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, this one's 2 Pancakes is the publisher on this one. But they were all together in one booth. So let's see here. That Breitbard and 2 Pancakes. Which reminds me, I need to go and actually get my PDF copies of those.
Okay.
And then the last one that I got from them is one that I think we may end up playing as our anniversary game. Just because it is too perfect to not. It is Kobolds and Trenchcoats.
Yeah, that is kind of perfect. I mean, you've named so many things I would love to play, but yeah, Kobolds and Trenchcoats. I totally get that.
This one, it is literally, it's a pamphlet. It's, it's one piece of paper front and back. In a trifold. So you are several kobolds in a trench coat. Your mission? Mayhem. Convince the humans that you are one of them, collect their shinies, and return them to your horde. Keep any pesky adventurers away from your stuff, and take it back when they loot your carefully organized caves. Your companions in your trench coat are your greatest advantages. Abandon them at your peril.
I roll for bite ankles.
Player goal is take back your stuff from those adventuring jerks. Get your character up to their eye ridges in kobold shenanigans and see what happens.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Oh my god.
And this is another one where the GM just rolls on a table to create the problem for their players. And the one that I got earlier was it's a very polite sentient ooze wants to consume/absorb the draconic lair, which will destroy the shinies.
Oh no.
And so you can see where that would be the problem.
Yes, shoo ooze, shoo, go.
But yeah,
No, I need to experience this. Yes,
yeah.
You got so much good stuff. Like I said, I am so jealous, and we need a lot of table days.
Yeah. I had one more game that I got.
Okay.
And that was on Saturday after my Cypher game because they handed us out $5 off coupons for the Monty Cook booth.
Okay.
And so I went and picked up an actual copy of the Cypher System rulebook.
Oh, nice.
Because they were having a sale where the deluxe edition was the same price as the regular edition. So I got the deluxe edition with the gilt edges and the cloth bookmark and the dark cover and all
he
of that
embraced
stuff.
his inner kobold and went for the shinies.
I did.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, it's on brand.
Yeah, it is. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, there were definitely some learning experiences. There were things that took a little bit of time to get used to. I'm glad before we left the house on Thursday, I'm glad I looked up the parking situation.
Okay.
Because we ended up having to buy a parking pass at one of the parking areas away from the convention center. And then taking the shuttle in, which was great because the shuttle ran 24/7.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it was $100 for the parking pass for the whole event.
It's not terrible. It's a lot, but it's not terrible.
Yeah. It's $25 a day.
Yeah.
And as far as parking in downtown Indianapolis goes, in a downtown major metropolis, $25 a day for parking for an event where you get a shuttle that takes you to the venue.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
Absolutely. No, I totally get it. I feel that.
Yeah. So what other things? So Thursday night, I actually got to meet friend of the show, Michael Ross, in Meat Space.
Oh, nice.
We played some games. I can't remember the names of either of them, but one of them was it's a collaborative game of Texas Hold'em.
Interesting.
Where without revealing what you have in your hand, you have to use body language and stuff to determine which order your hands are going to be whenever you reveal them.
Okay.
So like the highest hand gets, number 1, the next one gets number 2. Because basically you're trying to rip off the casino.
Okay.
And if you are able to successfully order your hands correctly by the end of the hand, then you get 1 point towards you. You get one bonus towards you. Or if you fail, you get 1 alert basically against you. And the whole thing is to get 3 successes before you get 3 failures.
That sounds interesting. I would like to see this worked out.
It was a lot of fun.
I could definitely see where it'd be fun. Again, that interaction would be challenging for me, I think.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of getting used to. But the extra little bit is that every time you get it right, you draw a card off of one of the stacks that imposes a penalty on the next one to make the next hand harder.
Okay.
And every time you get it wrong, it has a buff basically on the card that makes the next hand easier.
Okay.
So it does balance out a little bit.
It.
And then the other one was a game where basically you are trying to stack 5 colors in order from 1 to 5, but you can't see your own hand. You can only see the other player's hand. And so you have to be able to communicate, because you can either tell them the colors of certain cards in their hand or the number values of certain cards in their hand as a hint.
Okay.
And you only have so many hints as a table that you can do at once. And you regain those hints by either finishing up one of the colors by, playing the 5 on top of it, or by discarding one of your cards.
I could see this one and the other one both being more evening type games, maybe when you're feeling a little dulled, perhaps. Like it kind of has
I have to say, having played that second game at 11 o'clock at night after being at the con all day, it is definitely an easier game to play when you still have your faculties.
Okay, gotcha. But I definitely see this being like an evening type, almost not quite a wind down game, but
Yeah.
it almost has like that Cards Against Humanity feel where it's going to be very low consequence, I guess I want to say. I don't know how I want to phrase that, but
Yeah.
it's got that kind of it's got a more chill vibe than something
There's
that's
definitely a lot of strategy involved with it.
yeah.
Because you have 3 1s, 2 2s, 2 3s, 2 4s, and 1 5 of every color.
Right.
And so you have to be real careful because if you play a card that can't be played yet, there's a countdown timer, because the whole thing about this is you're putting on a fireworks show and you're trying to make it go off without a hitch.
Okay. Yeah,
And-
I'm thinking like I could see this played in various states of intoxication, I guess is what I'm thinking.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this would definitely be a party game.
Yeah.
So because my wife is wonderful and actually writes things down, I can tell you now that the names of these 2 games were The Gang and Hanabi. Please forgive my terrible descriptions of both of these games. I was very tired, and as I said at the beginning of the episode, my brain was leaking while we were recording this episode. So yeah, my explanations are not great, but just know that both games are a whole lot of fun. But yeah, so I got to meet Michael.
Awesome.
I got him to sign my copy of Action 12.
Oh, huzzah.
Yeah, that was my con. It was a lot. They have an area called Pinball Alley, where it is a row of like 40 pinball machines.
Ooh.
And, you go up and you buy credits to play pinball, and the person with the high score on each pinball machine at the end of GenCon gets a trophy.
Nice.
So yeah, that was fun.
I would lose a day or 5 there. I love pinball.
And they were all different branded pinball machines. Like they all had different properties on them.
That's oh god, I need to. So the big question: are you going to try to return next year?
I don't know if we're going to make it up next year or not. That's a lot of that is going to depend on where we are, economically and
a reasonable, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to go back next year. It is more reasonable that we would be back in 2027.
Okay.
But yeah, it was good. It was fun. There were 72,000 people there.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of people, but we had fun.
No, that sounds great. I really wish I could have gone. I am extremely jealous. I want to play all of these games you mentioned like twice.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have a game day.
Yes.
Even if we can't get the whole D&D group together.
Right.
We'll have a game day. And then apparently also Nora picked out a board game at Monty Cook called No Thank You Evil.
Oh.
Which is a game of make-believe for creative kids and their families.
I mean, I get it. The alignment in me is sad where you're creating a good aligned child, but I get it.
She can be neutral.
Okay, neutral's good, but neutral's not necessarily going to say no thank you, evil. Maybe not today, evil.
Well, I think that a neutral would be more likely to say no thank you, evil, and be polite about it.
Fair. Very fair.
A good aligned character is going to be a bit more vehement about it.
I will grant you that. Okay, I can grant you that. I just want to embrace chaos woohoo and go all in. Yes, more please, evil. A double helping if you don't mind.
So I have a feeling that we're going to have a game night here pretty soon where we'll end up playing that.
Oh, excellent.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. I went and I spent a whole bunch of money.
That'll happen, especially at a con.
Yeah, especially since I didn't have a hotel room that I had to spend all that money on.
Yes.
So I got a bunch of games. I played some games. I had fun. My wife and my daughter seemed to also have fun.
Very
for the most part.
For the most part?
Yeah. Well, by the time I got done with my game and I got back, Nora was pretty crispy most days.
Again, yeah, especially...
I mean, she's 7, so yeah.
70,000 people and still young, that's going to toast you out real quick.
Yeah. But yeah, so that was Gen Con. So anyway, thank you all for listening. If you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas, send us an email, undercommontaste@gmail.com, or come join us on our Discord. You can find a link to the Discord and all of our other social media through our website, undercommontaste.com. You can also find there links to our Patreon, patreon.com/undercommontaste, and our itch page, undercommontaste.itch.io.
If this is your first time listening, we're very happy you found us. You can find our other episodes where we do discuss homebrew content in games. So we have been going on quite a lovely dragon arc the past several episodes. You can go back and search on any podcatcher of choice for our older episodes. Just search for Undercommon Taste.
And I think we are going to be going back and doing another dragon episode next time. It's just that I didn't have the time or the brain juice to actually organize another dragon episode after GenCon. So stay safe, everyone, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Happy gaming.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Undercommon Taste. Our theme song is Massacre Ann, written and performed by Mary Kroll and used with permission. You can find Mary online at marykroll.bandcamp.com or on Patreon at patreon.com/Dr. Mary C. Kroll. Our logo is by David Sutherland. You can find more of David's work on deviantart.com/David Sutherland or on instagram.com/Willex_73. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so stay safe, and we'll see you then.